Hi. So this video that you're watching now is Friday. The last video was Monday. I'm still fucked up from Monday. So we're gonna do a little bit of snatch technique stuff. It's gonna be more of an instructional type video because that is what my body is allowing me to give you guys today. So if you wanna watch huge, big lifts, just go to the last video I uploaded and watch it again and comment again. And if you want to learn something, stick around because I'm gonna fucking take you guys to school. Yeah, we'll do some snatch stuff. I'll talk a little bit about what I'm gonna be working on while I'm snatching. I'm gonna be talking about what the next 10 weeks of the dog pack are gonna look like because we have 10 weeks starting Monday until the Arnold. And that's a meet I wanna be as peaked as I've ever been for. So yeah. We're gonna do that, and then I'll show you guys some of the accessory movements that are gonna be on that program. They're basically throughout my 10 years, how long have I been lifting? 12 years of weightlifting. These are the accessory movements that have been the best for me by far, and the ones that have stuck around for years. So these are gonna be the ones that are in the program. They're the most effective ones. I'm gonna be going over how to do them properly, so when you get into this program, you can get the most out of it. And if you're not on the dog pack, you can still do them, but just know, I hope they work less for you. I'm just kidding. You don't have to be on the dog pack. You just have to like, comment, and subscribe. All right. So, I have not lifted since Monday. I literally have been sitting on my couch, just feeling. I still weigh good, and I've been eating like twice a day. Fucking woke up at 107 today.
Are you losing weight? You're gonna cut?
No, I'm just trying to lose a little bit of weight so I can fluff back up. This training cycle, I am going to try to get to like 112.
Oh, cute.
Get big. We're on another time crunch today. So we're going back to the mothership for Tim Dillon. Oh my God, dude. So this is one of those days where my warm-up is going to be me taking the bar like 10 times and just waiting for things to start to feel better. Oh.
He said if I do it bigger, then it takes it down. Yeah. So I don't go as much.
The technique shit I'm focusing on is, a lot of it is in the overhead position. I had this realization that if I'm a little more internally rotated when I'm overhead, so that means as opposed to being here where my thoracic spine's extended, I can get here, get my upper back involved a little bit more. And because I'm internally rotated overhead, that's less rotation that my shoulder has to do as I'm pulling under. So it almost makes it easier to keep the elbows up longer because you're not doing this huge turn. You're just kind of staying internally rotated into the catch. So I really thought about that on Monday doing those block snatches. Those went really good. So we're gonna feel that out today. And the other thing I'm focusing on is start position and torso angle off the floor. That's like if you're a long femored lifter like me, I've got some like record breaking femurs, then it's really hard to maintain torso angle off the floor. So I need to be aware of it and I need to work it. Find a starting position to where I can actually stay consistent with that off the floor, and then focus on being a little more internally rotated in the catch, and the turnover should kind of fix itself if I do that. So we're gonna be focusing on that. Ugh. I gotta get fucking warm first. This is like, it's one of those Fridays. Deload Fridays suck. I didn't even do the deload and this still sucks. Another thing, I'm banning myself from using straps off the floor. If it's a complex, straps. If it's blocks, straps. But if it's singles from the floor or doubles from the floor, I'm not allowed anymore. And I've always been able to snatch without straps what I can snatch with straps, but the consistency is not there. And I never really thought that part through. I was always like, oh, I've snatched 52 without straps. My best with straps is 55. And the 52 is much easier than the 55. So I'm like, all right, it's about the same. The consistency is fucking not, though. And if you're unsure if that's true, go check out the video we posted of Nationals. because that really shows it off. Nope, that sucked. Nope, that sucked. There we go. So, the next cycle of the dog pack is going to look a little different. Normally I just do 4-week blocks, but this is going to consist of a 2-week reactivation style program the first 2 weeks. And what that's going to consist of is a lot of volume in the lifts, a lot of volume in the squats, and it's all very, very light. So it's going to be probably the least fun 2 weeks, but what I've found is if you actually do a real reactivation cycle and then you enter a training phase, that little adaptation period, right, when you start a new program is minimized so much that you're able to recover, you're able to get less worn down by the program, and you're actually able to focus on things rather than just surviving through those first couple weeks, which is pretty normal on these programs. I don't hate that. But because we're prepping for the Arnold, I want it to be as dialed in as possible. And I know a lot of you guys are prepping for the Arnold too, because that's like the big meat of the year. So if we can find a way to make those first weeks of the training cycles a little easier, we're gonna do that. So you're gonna hate it. It's not gonna be very fun. I'm gonna hate it. But it is a necessity if you actually want to feel yourself lift well early in a training cycle. So there's no getting back in shape, there's none of that. Once you finish the 2-week reactivation, everything is gonna feel easy and your body is already gonna be adapted to it. So you're gonna be able to pile on volume and start to hit these heavier weights without the body breaking down, without you having inconsistencies throughout the days, without you getting in your head about shit. Just because if you finish those 2 weeks, you're on autopilot, you're feeling good, and it's gonna pay off. And another reason I'm doing it is because we have Christmas next week. A lot of you are traveling and stuff like that. So if you're not able to get those in, it's not the end of the world. You're still going to get the bulk of the work. You're not going to get the first week of the reactivation, but that's going to be fine. The important stuff is after that. But if you can knock out those 2 weeks and get all the work done, your life is going to be so much easier, and you're almost going to feel ahead on your recovery. There's a feeling when you're training when you're kind of surviving, and then there's a feeling when you're like, I could easily do more work and still recover. That's the feeling we want throughout this whole entire training cycle. That way we don't miss lifts, we're consistent, and we're gonna be ready for competition. So get ready for some shitty shit. I squatted too long. I need it to stay tight and compact. Yeah. See that shit, dude?
Wait, did you miss 100 in the back room on Saturday?
No, it was 90.
Oh. Wait, did you miss 100 in the back room on Saturday?
No, it was 90.
Oh. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
So that was the little move around sesh for the snatch. Just trying to find more comfort in that overhead position. That was definitely the main issue at Nationals. If you watch that video, I missed 3 lifts behind. The pull was completely there. It's just as soon as the bar got overhead, I couldn't hold it. So we're trying to work a more stable, more structurally sound overhead position. So that was good. It's just finding a happy medium between keeping the torso angle consistent and not letting the bar swing out off the floor. So you really got to like manipulate your start position and find stuff. But it's going to be very easy to do with this next dog pack cycle because we are doing a ton of volume in the snatch and the clean and jerk from the floor, just the basic lifts. The most pure practice you can get is what we're about to start doing. So we'll have plenty of opportunity to work on that. I just really wanted to feel some things that I can focus on going into that today, and we did that. So now we're gonna talk about some accessories that you should be doing. And if you're a weightlifter, you should fucking watch this part and not click away, because if you are investing your time into the sport, what I'm about to show you are the best accessory movements for this sport. It might not be the best for every other sport, but what I've done with these accessory movements, they all have a very, very noticeable carryover to the lifts. So we're gonna get into that now. So the first accessory exercise you're gonna see, so these are bamboo bar carries technically. There's a lot of different variations you can do for this. If you don't have a bamboo bar, you can use just a normal barbell and hang the bands from the sides. If you don't have the real estate in your gym to walk, then you can easily just do these standstill. Do like a max hold standstill and you'll be fine. But if you can walk, that's ideal. So what we're gonna do is just do down and back. You're gonna see what it looks like and see how stupid I look when I do these. It is really hard to get under this shit. And then this is the most important part, is walking backwards. So what that does is every stabilizer you have through your shoulders, through your upper back, all of it is hit when you're doing this. So when you're walking forward, the serratus is hit pretty hard. You're stabilizing while going forward. And you also get some lateral side to side wobbling too. Then when you walk back, you're working everything in your upper back, resisting that momentum that's pulling you forward. So fucking out of breath shit. These are hard. I did these, what was it, in 2016, 3 days a week. And in the time I was doing that, my numbers went from 140, 182 up to 150, 191 in like 3 months. And my overhead position felt perfect on everything. So these are gonna be a staple. They're hard. If you don't have the real estate to walk, again, just stand there and do a max hold. You should be like wobbling all over the place at the end. But these are fucking money. You're gonna look silly. You're gonna look a little stupid. If people ask, just tell them you're a dog and let it slide. But the next thing is single arm farmer's carries. So what we're gonna do with these, I'm just gonna do this so I can talk while I'm doing it, is the goal is to keep the hips level and the shoulders level. You don't wanna slouch while you're carrying these. So try to keep everything level. And what this does, it's kind of like that belt squat march where we're walking, but it forces your hips to stay active. So we're gonna do a down and back with one hand, and you're gonna feel this light up one of your obliques. The left side's stabilizing, the right side's resisting. And then we get back, we're gonna switch. Again, one of these sides is gonna feel easier. If you feel yourself start to droop, think of pulling that elbow up and back. And then squeeze the abs the whole time. And we wanna do this heavy too. If you're rolling with these with a lightweight, you're not getting a lot done. You should barely be able to stand up by the time you get back. That you're gonna see 3 times a week is one of 2 types of lunge. So first is just walking lunge. Then the second type is gonna be kettlebell front rack walking lunge. So you can take 1 kettlebell or 2. You're gonna put it up to your chin. Try to get over to the side, Nico. The goal of this is to keep the torso completely vertical. So you're squeezing that back glute and lengthening that hip flexor on the way down. Don't do this, don't lean forward. We're not getting a lot done there. Stay nice and upright, squeeze your butt. Make sure you're upright the whole entire time. So you're gonna see that, or just traditional bodyweight lunges. And the goal with these is the same. But these 2 unilateral movements paired with that, we're stabilizing the hips, we're evening the hips, and we're stabilizing the core like crazy with all of these. So we're gonna be running this little set like 3 times a week, and I guarantee you, it'll take you about 3 to 4 weeks to start feeling the benefits. But once you do, you are never gonna turn back. These are the best accessories there are, and they're a staple from now all the way until the Arnold. So that's it, an easy Friday. This is the most boring Friday video you guys are gonna get for a long time, but I hope you learned something. I hope you had your notepad out and jotted down some things. Meanwhile, Zach is doing back squat jerk, snatch, clean and jerk. I don't fucking know. But good thing he's on the dog pack and he'll be nice and lined up starting next week. If you're traveling for the holidays, which a lot of you are, almost all of you probably are, get your squats in at least. If you can get your squats in, you're gonna stay in shape, you're gonna be fine. If you do absolutely nothing, then you're gonna come back feeling like you did absolutely nothing. So don't worry about the lifts too much. Get the squats in and you'll be fine. Time for the ads. Barbell apparel. Even their like normal fucking logo shirts are sick as fuck. So pick up some of those. Ultralight joggers. The Dozer line is live. I've been wearing it all week, so it's all dirty, so I'm just wearing the normal stuff. But if you want Dozer logos on your shit and you want to rep me, Dozer line's live, all that stuff. Click the link in the bottom. It'll take you straight to all my shit. If you want good straps, if you're still a strap guy, onyxstraps.com, the best straps in the world. They're all leather. The wrist straps are the best there are. I've worn fucking every type of wrist strap, and the moment I put those on, I have not turned back. It's been 5 years now. So get those. I used the same pair of Onyx straps at the meet last weekend that I used at the American Open in 2019. If that shows you a little bit about durability. Those things last forever. So pick up a pair. You won't need them anymore. Discount code Dozer for those. And Gorilla Mind. This training cycle is going to take some stimulation, some supplementation, so get your kit, get loaded up, and make sure you're ready for all the volume that's about to come. They have the best tasting protein in the world, and their protein is also, they put lactase in it, so if you're lactose intolerant like I am, you can take it without really any issues at all, because lactase is the enzyme that breaks down lactose. Science. So easily digestible, fucking delicious, not a ton of ingredients, it's just high quality shit. So if you're gonna stock up on protein, go Gorilla Mind. It's the best protein there is out there. If you're gonna stock up on pre-workout, also go Gorilla Mind. And if you want a cold plunge, Sub-Zero Plunge, code Dozer, $250 off. See you guys next week.